So this is my baby.
Wow.
Yeah, it's my baby. This is a Mossberg 500 Shockwave. You know,
Oh, this is real.
it's super real.
I thought you had a little. What happened to the little thing?
I got a 9 still. You know, they started breaking in people's houses stealing tissue, and they're not gonna steal my tissue. You know what I'm saying? I give them a roll, but they ain't gonna take it. They ain't gonna put it in my lock and take it. And I got babies in here. You know what I'm saying? So I give them a roll. They ain't gonna take it. I keep this. This is a Mossberg. This is the perfect gun for home defense. So anybody would tell you, like, if you want to defend your home, you get a shotgun, because one, the bullets don't go through walls. They make big holes, but they don't go through walls. So a lot of times when people trying to defend their home and you shooting at the bad guy that's in your hallway, a lot of times bullets fly through walls and hit one of your loved ones. But with these bullets, you would get the bad guy and it won't, kill everybody in your house. And I think the gun that you were referring to, Kim, was my 9mm. This is 9mm G2C. I keep this gun in the living area when I'm at home, but I keep it high because I have little children. And this gun I would recommend to a lot of people, and I'll give you 3 reasons why. 3 reasons why I would, recommend this gun: because it's compact, one, so it can fit like in the palm of your hand. So if you want to conceal carry it, you can conceal it easily. Well, I got this gun particularly because it's safe. So one, it has safety right here. So a lot of times people don't like using safeties because they think in high panic situations, safety kind of get in the way. You forget that you get it on and then you can't shoot. So if you don't want to have the safety on or whatever, it has a trigger safety. So if you look at the gun right here, you have to pull this trigger all the way back in order for it to shoot. So if a kid find it or whatever, they'll pull the trigger thinking they actually pulled it, but they got to pull it all the way back to shoot. But the thing that I like the most, a lot of people don't like this feature, but I do. This little black thing right here is called a loaded chamber indicator. So a lot of times people make mistakes and shoot themselves or shoot somebody that they love because they forget a bullet that's in the chamber. But when a bullet is in the chamber on this gun, this black thing is actually protruded up, letting you know a bullet is in the chamber. And a gun can't shoot if a bullet is not in the chamber. So what I like to do is I don't like to keep any bullets in the chamber because it takes a half a second to cock this back, right? I got to cock this back to put a bullet in the chamber. So if I need to hurry up and put a bullet in the chamber to defend my family, I can do so. But if my daughter find this gun and she wants to try to shoot it, she would literally have to cock this thing all the way back to put a bullet in the chamber to actually shoot it. And it's just so hard to cock back. It's all steel. So yeah, man, that's my little gun review. As you can see, I like, two-tone guns. I like nickel plated guns with black access features and stuff like that. And it's that blow your back out pause. I think a lot of Christians, have like this funny feeling when it comes to guns. I know a lot of Christians out there love guns, especially if some of my light-skinned brothers and sisters in faith. But I personally love guns. I have a passion just for guns. I've always been fascinated with guns, but I also think that they can be essential if you use them right and if you are responsible with them. I like this gun because it's safe, and I have 2 beautiful little girls, a 1-year-old and 5-year-old. So because of that,
and a wife.
How does Jackie feel about the guns?
How does Jackie feel? I mean, me and Jackie, we. Oh, she want to answer. Okay.
I mean, I was pretty anti-guns for a long time just because when I was little, they showed us this video about kids killing themselves with guns. So that's kind of traumatizing. So when I became a parent, I was like, I definitely don't want that type of weapon in our home. But when we got a house, I did get a little scared, and I was like, maybe this would be helpful. But I think Preston, yeah, I think he cares about our well-being, and he's just wanting to protect our family. Somebody could say, the Lord will protect our family. Sure, right, but this could be one of the,
lock our doors at night.
this could be right. We have alarm systems and things like that. This could be one of the means by which God can use to protect us if somebody comes in our house, especially if Preston is on tour and I'm here by myself. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I can't fight with no fork. So there's that.
You gotta actually kill somebody with a fork if you use it right.
Yeah, but I gotta get way too close.
I know.
So, yeah, I mean, it took time. We've been married 6 years, and you just got these guns, and so that's 5 years of me saying, nah, you know. So.
She had to give me the go ahead to go ahead and get guns or whatever. But yeah, before, you know, growing up, I had guns illegally, you know. So it's good to have a home and yeah, and to know how to handle the guns and know that, you know, I feel comfortable knowing that my children are safe, not just from bad guys wanting to come in our home or whatever, but also safe with me. You know, I'm going to do all the proper precautions I have to, you know, to do in order to keep them safe from me making mistakes, because we know it's a whole lot of horror stories out here, you know, with, you know, kids finding guns and stuff like that. So yeah, I try to stay on it or whatever. A couple of weeks ago, when I got this 9mm, I showed Eden, my 5-year-old, and I talked to her, and I let her know, you know, the difference between a bad guy having a gun and a person who wants to do good with the gun, and let her know that guns are not bad, but people with guns are bad. Just like when you see a police officer, he has his gun to protect and to serve, and in the same way, I have this gun to protect and to serve, you know, my family. Guns are not for everybody, you know.
Did you do any homework about motorcycle?
Is that how you feel about your homework?
So this is due today. So y'all probably gonna go out. Y'all gonna go outside and do it. So she basically has to check off items that she found on her walk: dirt, leaf, flower, spider, butterfly, mushroom, worm, bird, ant, bee, squirrel, sprout, tree, cloud, grass. It's pretty easy. You can go in the front yard and find most of that.
Right. Try to find dirt. Come on.
Dirt.
Be careful. Look. There go dirt. So we found dirt, trees, ants, spiders, and grass.
Yeah, what else do we have to find?
And clouds. We found clouds as well.
We have a lot of things on the list to find.
Look at this. What is
Look
that?
how beautiful that is, Daddy.
Yeah, Daddy gotta kill that. That's weeds. Look, what is this?
Butterfly.
No, this.
Please.
What do you see a leaf at?
Wait.
Yes, we found the leaf.
I found the leaf, Dad, but it's... No, you can't kill that. That looks beautiful. I'm just gonna put this...
Be careful, it's an anthill right here.
Oh, yeah.
Back. I don't want her to get in that anthill.
I'm gonna give these to the ants.
Autumn, why you frowning so much?
She's so confused.
Come on, let's go find some more things.
Is this considered a sprout?
Right there.
I think this is a sprout.
Uh-oh.
Cause it's sprouting up from the ground. We gonna count that as a sprout, cause we think I think that's a sprout.
No, that's just some... Why you're stepping on
I hope Miss
Daddy's
Johnson don't see this.
flowers.
I hope your teacher, Miss Johnson, don't see this and be like, "There ain't no sprout." Where you see the birds at? Look.
It's a bird.
Okay, we found the bird. We got the eagle eye.
Hello, bird.
There go mommy. She can finish the rest of the nature walk. Yay!
We're not talking to Mom. We're talking to Dad. We're in Daddy's brain. We're not in your brain. We're on Daddy's side.
Oh, take that dress off that I bought then.
Ooh.
Now,
Okay, we're gonna go in and do some your other work. Come on.
No butterflies?
No butterflies.
The other day I found a butterfly in my grandma's house.
It's okay. It's okay. She hate going in the house.
Just like I see dust.
So we found dirt. We found leaves. We found flowers. We found spider. No, we didn't find butterfly. We found mushrooms. We found worm. We found ants. We found squirrels, sprout, grass, cloud, trees. You did pretty good.
Great job.
Huh?
Great job.
Yes. Teamwork make the dream
There
work?
wasn't no teamwork.
Huh?
Teamwork, there ain't no teamwork.
That's not teamwork?
No, not no teamwork. We Eden, get your glue and your scissors.
Babe, that was hard work.
Finding leaves and grass.
That was hard work.
What a task. Ain't it pretty? Huh?
What kind is it?
Flavor is it's caramelizio, whatever that is. But I think the one thing about an espresso, they low key mad strong. Like I can't never finish a cup because it's as if you're drinking large cups of espresso rather than just a regular brew. Which is good and bad. Cup. I can't drink a full cup of this. What you need? What? Outside? You trying to go outside?
No.
Ain't no outside.
Yeah, she wanna go back out there.
Ain't no outside. It's closed.
You know what I think that sucks, man?
Yeah.
I think that eventually all the restaurants that we love going to potentially might be closed.
Use what? The glue?
Forever?
Not forever, but probably for a long time.
Oh yeah.
I will say
Eden, your daddy wants to
that
about butterflies.
I appreciate every educator, every teacher, every principal. Cause girl,
That's a really no. I'm serious.
please don't do that, babe.
Okay, what about the white hair?
Are you a barber?
No, I'm only gonna cut.
Do
like
you cut Caucasian
So
people
this is
hair?
what I'm gonna do. If this is the whole strand of hair, I'm gonna do that part.
No. So what I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted
really
by my wife who's
Listen,
trying to act
have
crazy.
you seen this piece of hair?
No. So
Can I
I appreciate
please?
every educator, every principal, cause I'm so tired of doing homework. Man, what are you doing?
Just want to cut it a little bit.
You are acting totally different, bucko. Babe, stop.
No, seriously.
As you can see, I haven't been to the barber in like a month.
Mess with his hair.
Okay, little.
Did you just cut?
No, it ain't like noticeable. I cut a little bit off the white.
Daddy goes to the nail shop.
'Cause the white part is
every day,
straight.
So you don't need to mess with this hair because it's irritating.
Listen to your child. She said,
Okay.
don't mess with my hair because
I can low-key
Right
trim
there.
it with this knife.
Right
with
there.
this.
So I can get this.
You like it? You feel like you at the barber shop again, don't you?
I've never had this happen at the barber shop. Come on, Eden.
I'm trying to help my sister with something. Do you see that I'm busy?
You're right here.
She was asking me to, so.
Okay, so now we're about to do the life cycle of a butterfly. So,
Butterfly.
okay, so listen. So it says first, a butterfly lays eggs on the leaf. And then it says next, it turns into a caterpillar. So,
I already know that, Dad.
okay, if you already...
I know another thing about frogs.
Okay, listen. We're not doing nothing about frogs. So, what picture is the one that's showing that the caterpillar lays eggs on the leaf? Eden, if you keep having an attitude, we're not going back outside.
This is boring.
I know it's boring. Every time you want to do your homework, you want to get bored. But we're not having no fun Friday if you don't do your homework without an attitude. Do you understand? Do you understand? Do you understand? I need you to talk.
I shake my head.
I don't want you to shake your head. I want you to speak. Do you understand?
Just like that. Oops, sorry.
Is this Gorilla Tape or just duct tape?
Wait.
This is your glue.
So this quarantine then turned us into full-time parents and teachers and whatnot. And I don't know if this is God's way of saying all y'all parents need to be grateful for educators out there. But I'm definitely grateful for y'all. If one of y'all teachers who teach Eden sees this video, if y'all want to come get her and babysit her and, you know, spend time with her and, you know, go for a walk or take it for a day or two.
I miss my
Or 8.
I miss my baby.
We wouldn't mind.
I miss my babysitter Rochelle.
The life of a caterpillar lays eggs on the plant, becomes a caterpillar, and then it makes a cocoon, and then it turns into a butterfly. Exciting.
Fantastic.
Whoopee.
Now.
Why are you so aggressive?
Kiss me.
Why you gonna make me kiss you?
Kiss me.
No.
Kiss me. If you don't kiss me, I'm just gonna keep forcing you to.
You're gonna keep forcing me to. I don't want to kiss you.
Kiss.
I tried to give you a kiss and you said you didn't want it. Now you're begging.
I want a kiss. Now.
That's not how you ask.
May I have a kiss, please? Yay! Thank you. I put hand sanitizer
I miss you getting your book bag every morning and going to school and watching sports
Oh, look who's being
and watching
lazy.
NBA TV on
Oh,
Tuesdays.
Look who's being look who's being
You don't know what to say, do you? Look who's
being lazy of their daughter.
Lazy wit.
Princess, I can say.
who you think you talking to, first of all?
Birthday's coming up and she's back 2 years old and she wants to talk.
Trash?
Stand when I'm trying to tell her to do.
Come on. Yay! High five. All right, nap time.
High five. Give me a high five too. High five.
Good nap, guys.
Say night night.
Love you. Night night, boo
Love
boo.
you, Daddy.
Love you, boo.
Get away.
Go to bed.
Good night, you. Bye.
Okay, so me and Preston the other day were watching debates between Christians, black Christians, and Hebrew Israelites on like the street. And one of the things about Hebrew Israelites that I'm seeing is that the way they interpret or misinterpret the Old Testament is actually very similar to the way that Jews and true Israelites misinterpreted the Old Testament back then and even still today, because there was this kind of misreading of the prophets and misreading of the Psalms where they did not see that when Jesus came, or when this promised Messiah, this Savior, was to come and establish a kingdom on earth, it would not be to just overtake a government. It was not like this like ethnic rule. It was like for him to bring his kingdom on earth and to reconcile both Jew and Gentile back to the Father. And so I was basically saying to Preston, like, I guess I think that's interesting that the one thing that Hebrew Israelites actually have in common with real Israelites is a misreading or a blinded, I guess, eye to the true purpose of the Messiah in his reconciliation of all tribes, tongues, and nations.
Yeah, but some of the main camps believe that some of the Jews that live in like Middle Eastern countries are not real Jews, that they are the real Jews.
So what are they ethnically?
Well-
What would they call them? Middle Eastern?
Gentiles, different nationalities, different races. I mean, 'cause
White.
white. I mean, they call them all kind of things.
Yeah.
It's just a deep deception. It's just like, anytime you don't understand grace, I think, and you have to understand the person of Jesus to truly understand grace, you have no choice but to rest in the law.
But the deep thing is that people also assume that the Old Testament was all law and no grace, as if it was when Jesus came that all of a sudden justification comes by faith. But it was always by faith. Abraham's righteousness was imputed to him because he believed God. That's what the New Testament says.
Yeah.
And so God's deliverance of Egypt, the law was given after God set them free.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, this is what I've done for you. I've already set you free. I've already delivered you. Now believe me, trust me, obey me. It wasn't obey me, then I'll set you free.
Absolutely. And it's crazy because I heard one man, I forget his name, but he was a Christian, and he's a Christian who I think gives a little more props to the Hebrew Israelites than you should. Yeah. He made a comment and said that the Hebrew Israelites, even though that they're off biblically when it comes to the Old Testament, they have a firm understanding of he said even though Hebrew Israelites have a misunderstanding of the New Testament, Christians can learn from Hebrew Israelites because they have a firm understanding of the Old Testament, and they do not.
No, they don't.
They don't. A lot of times Hebrew Israelites will say, Christians are soft. They use grace and whatever. The law was firm. The law kept people in their place, and we still have to trust in His law. But the law started in Genesis. Grace started in Genesis. Yeah. After the fall, when Jesus promised to send His Son to die for the world, He immediately was gracious to us in our fall.
A picture of atonement. They were naked and ashamed, and there was an animal that had to be slaughtered, had to be sacrificed to cover them.
Yeah.
God covered them. And so it's like, grace is not some New Testament mystery that just popped up on the scene. God has always been gracious towards sinners. But that's just such a heavy yoke. I guess that's what confuses. Like, why do you want to try to obey something? Or why are you so arrogant as to believe that you can fully obey the law of God apart from faith in Jesus Christ or God, period? When even if you read the Old Testament, you see that nobody successfully could do it. So obviously we need a savior.
Yeah, because I think when you don't understand grace, like you have a misunderstanding, you have a fundamental misunderstanding of the law and how much you cannot keep it,
right.
And it's just like you don't even see the significance of Christ coming to the earth and what it did for us. So if you don't see the significance of Christ coming and what it did for us, it's kind of like, I can keep this law. And it's like, no, we couldn't keep the law so much that God literally had to come and dwell amongst His creation and to live a life that we can live and to die a death that we can die.
Do they believe that they are sinners? Like, what is sin?
Sin is not keeping the laws of God.
Do they believe they're born in sin?
Like I said, one thing I don't want to do is ever lump all Hebrew Israelites up because they're different camps. Some of the main loud ones or whatever, they believe that they are lost until they are awakened to the fact that they are real Hebrew Israelites.
I asked that question because because we say they don't have an understanding of grace, but I think you're not gonna want to understand grace or care for grace if you also don't have a very clear vision of your own sinfulness before God. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound. He can sing that song because he knew he was a wretch. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, if you don't have a real sense in which you have broken God's law, and that you cannot do anything
to make yourself right with God. Like there's no amount of law keeping you can do because of your sin nature.
Yeah.
Then it makes grace something that you recognize that you have no choice but to take hold of.
Yeah, it's crazy because people ask me all the time to, talk to Hebrew Israelites. And one thing that I do on Bold TV is I never try to look for, people to talk to that's unnatural, and I've had a couple of conversations with Hebrew Israelites in the past, but they just wasn't good videos. They didn't talk to me long enough to actually make a good video. But when I do engage with them, I want to be able to sit down and talk with them, so we can learn and not just have an argument and not just have a really combative, just unfruitful conversation.
God bless you.
Huh? Coronavirus.
I want to get this okay because she's talking crazy to me. And you couldn't expect it.
Go away.
You couldn't expect it. Huh? No, don't be,
Go away.
No. You gonna respect me in my house.
What?
You gonna respect me in my house.
You can't even breathe.
I can't breathe. All I gotta do is sit, and I can breathe.
Go
You gonna respect me.
away.
You gonna respect me. Girl!
Away from me.
You gonna respect
Leave me alone.
You gonna respect me.
Stop saying that, Daddy.
I win a big draws. I win a big draws in this house. She hating on my man. Alright, I'm gonna go low. Peace. I'm ready.